I'm going to give you a few tips on how to curate your dream wardrobe. Now, you might be thinking, if I had more money, I could have my dream wardrobe. Done, there. If that was true, that would be a really short video and everybody with money would have great style. And we know that that's not true. I actually was talking to a client and she said something really interesting. She said that when she was young and she was working a ton of jobs and didn't have that much money, she thought, okay, well, I hate my clothes and I don't like my style because I don't have enough money. So done, whatever. Then she became the CEO of a tech company and she realized, wait, I still don't have good style. I still hate my wardrobe. So again, it's not about money, okay? If it was, that would be really easy. But here's what it is about. Tip number one, reframe your thinking. You're not just shopping and buying things and throwing it in a closet. That's not really the way to look at this. I want you to look at shopping as curating. You are curating a collection of things. Now, of course, these things have to be functional. They have to fit your body. They have to fit your lifestyle. But you also have to like them. When my client has a piece that they're struggling with and that they don't wear a lot, I ask them, do you want to wear it? I feel like that's my version of the Marie Kondo, does it spark joy? Do I want to wear this? Now, I used to ask clients, do I like this? But a lot of times we're still kind of developing our taste and developing our eye, and we're not sure what we like or not. Now, here's an example. I am a millennial and I read a million magazines growing up, and all of those magazines would have things that you need for a capsule wardrobe. And one of those things was a crisp white button-down shirt. Now, I got one, it fit me. It technically could work with my lifestyle, but I didn't like it. Like, that's not my look. I do not like a crisp white button-down shirt, but it kept surviving a bunch of edits. It stayed in my wardrobe for like 15 years. And I finally asked myself, why am I not wearing this? Am I not wearing this because it doesn't fit? No. Am I not wearing this because, you know, it doesn't work with my lifestyle? No, I'm not wearing this because I don't want to wear it. So that is a really important thing to ask yourself. And it's, I think, a good reframe for your closet, because often we will say, okay, well, this works, it fits, I have it, I should just wear it. If you don't want to wear it, you're not gonna wear it, or you're gonna wear it and you're gonna have a shitty day and be like, I wish I wasn't wearing this. The reason that I say think of it as curating a collection is because every piece is chosen by you. You're in charge of this space. I think a lot of times people will see their wardrobe as something that is scary or something that's triggering or something that's filled with things that they don't like. You have control over this space. This is your space. You are choosing what comes in and you are choosing what goes out. So it's good to sort of get that reframe going as well, that like, this is my space. Think of it as like a living room. Like, you wouldn't just keep a couch even though like it was uncomfortable and you didn't like it and you never wanted to sit on it, you know? You wouldn't keep a lipstick if it was like the wrong shade for you and it didn't feel nice on your lips. So why should you keep clothing that you don't like? It should not be there to taunt you. It should not be there to make you feel like shit. It should be a place that you open up your closet doors and you're like, wow, this is a great space. I've curated this really amazing collection of things that fit my body, fit my lifestyle, and that I love and that I want to wear. Tip number two is to edit regularly. Now, there is not a perfect amount of clothing that I think makes up a functional wardrobe. Often people will DM me or clients will ask me, like, how many pieces should I have? I wish that I could prescribe that to you, but it's not possible. It all depends on your space, your life, sort of your capacity for choice. Some people have a huge wardrobe and they wear different things all the time. Some people have a small wardrobe and they wear the same things all the time. It's really all about your preferences. You want to have enough pieces that, you know, it doesn't feel overwhelming, but you're still able to be creative and you're still able to kind of try new things. Now, similar to that, I do not think that there is a length of time that something is sitting in your closet where I say it's gotta go. I know that a lot of people who do closet editing will say, like, if you haven't worn it in 6 months, it's gotta go. I don't necessarily think that that's true. I have things in my wardrobe that I don't wear often, but again, when I see them, I want to wear them. You know, it might not be something that I'm wearing every day, but I see it and it makes me happy and it's something that I want to wear and I want to put into my rotation. Now, like I said in the beginning, you need to edit regularly. So if you are going in your wardrobe and you are feeling overwhelmed or you're having decision paralysis, that is the perfect time to just do a little edit, do a little cull. And here are a few tips for that. Now, first of all, I have my AB closet editing system, which that's a bigger undertaking, okay? You can maybe do that once a season. You're not doing that like every month or two. But here's a few things that you can do more regularly that will make your closet feel very functional. If you have something that you try on in the morning, but you never leave the house in, I want you to put that to the side. I want you to put that into a separate section. Then when you have a little bit of time, maybe in the evening, when you're watching TV, when you're listening to a podcast, I want you to try to make some looks using that piece. Now, just because we didn't leave the house in that piece in the morning, that doesn't mean that we don't like it. That doesn't mean that we can't wear it. Sometimes we just need a little bit of love. We need a little bit of time to play. So let's say that that piece is a black jersey t-shirt like I'm wearing today. Let's say I try that on in the morning. It's not working. I'm going to put it in a separate section. Then I'm going to set aside some time to try it on with a few different things. Now, if I cannot figure out a way to wear that item, I will put it in a tote bag and I will just hang that tote bag like on the knob of my door, okay? Once that tote bag gets filled up, I will look through it. And once I see them, I realize I was never really missing them. I wasn't wearing them anyway, so it's not like they were providing any option for me or any utility. So I'll usually get rid of them. If you're somebody that has a hard time giving things up, I can totally relate. I'm the same. I have a few kind of ways to tackle that. Number one, think of it like this. If it is in your wardrobe and you're not wearing it, it's not helping you. So not having it is the same as having it, okay? I know that sometimes we, want abundance. We want to have a lot. We want to see a lot. But if it's something that you're truly never wearing, it's not really doing anything for you. It's just kind of taking up space. And if anything, it's in your wardrobe and it's sort of taunting you. It's asking you, why aren't you wearing me? It's those things that we try in the morning and that we never actually leave the house in. Those things can go, I promise you. Now, if you're somebody that has a hard time because you spent a lot of money on it and you never wore it, again, I can totally relate to that. I have made so many mistakes. I have spent money on things that I thought were going to change my life, but that I never wore. And it was really hard to get rid of them because it's really hard to admit to yourself, A, I messed up. B, I put all of, this hope into this one stupid piece of clothing and it didn't change my life. It can feel really defeating and I totally understand that. I think that this is how we have to look at those things. It didn't work out, okay? We spent money on it. Hopefully we can consign it, we can resell it, or we can donate it to somebody that's gonna love it. But this is how I want you to look at it. We made a mistake, okay? Why didn't we wear it? Not to sound cheesy, is there something we can learn from this? For example, I went through a phase where I was buying a lot of trousers, okay? I thought that they were going to change my life. I thought they were the answer to everything, and I was spending a lot of money on them. As I was giving these things away, I finally asked myself, why am I not wearing these? Why are they not working? Like, why am I buying all these trousers and none of them are working? And I realized most of them were high waist. I do not like high-waisted things. Most of them were black. They felt like a little bit too serious for me. And most of them had front pleating, something that I also do not like on myself. So I was able to say, okay, I can stop buying trousers that are high-waisted, that are black, and that are pleated because I know that I'm not going to wear them. So at least that sort of stops the cycle. You can make these mistakes as much as you want. But for me, making these expensive mistakes somehow feels better if I'm like, okay, I'm learning. I'm taking something away from this. I'm not going to do it again. Then we move forward as a smarter shopper, as a smarter consumer, and as somebody who can understand themselves better. It took me a really long time to realize that I don't like high-waisted things, and this is my job. So I totally get it that it's going to take some time, but once you realize it, it makes everything so much easier, and you can rule things out so much quicker. As a result, your wardrobe feels like it is a collection of things that you love. Okay, tip number 3. Really simple, remove things that do not fit. Now, let's say that these are things that you think you're going to fit back into and you have a hard time getting rid of them. Sure, I'll be gentle with you. You can put them in a not now category. The not now category is part of my AB closet editing system. These are for things that we don't want to see every day, but we don't want to get rid of them. It's kind of like a little purgatory area. I would put those things in a box. I'd put them in a garment bag. I would just have them away from your closet because if you are going through your wardrobe, you want everything to be an option. You don't want to have to bypass things that don't fit, okay? So get those things out of your wardrobe, whether it's donating them, whether it's selling them, or whether it's just like putting them in a separate space. get them out of there, okay? I don't think any of our dream wardrobes consist of things that do not fit or feel good on us. The next tip is consider your words. And I'm talking about your 3 words. If you're not familiar with my 3-word method, I have a few videos on it. I have a whole playlist on it. Watch that. Now, I don't think that every single piece in your wardrobe has to be aligned with your 3 words, meaning that you don't have to look at everything and say like, is this classic? Is this 70s? Is this elegant? I don't necessarily think that that's necessary, but I do think that the 3 words are a good framework to start. I think a lot of the things, at least for me, that I've made mistakes on or that I've had to edit out of my wardrobe are things that I bought impulsively. And I think that having those 3 words as a bit of a gut check has really, really helped me curate a wardrobe that feels aligned with my style. Now, I do often say that good style is about tension. So if there's some things that feel like total wild cards for you, but add a little bit of tension and a little bit of contrast to your looks, that's great. Here is where it causes a problem. If you have a piece that you are constantly styling against, that's a piece that I think maybe does not belong in your dream wardrobe. Now, here's what I mean. I'll give an example. Let's say that I have a leather jacket in my wardrobe that has a lot of hardware and feels really edgy. Edgy isn't necessarily one of my 3 words, but I do like to add a lot of edge to my looks. You know, that's something that I feel like is nice to add a little bit of tension. Now, let's say this piece feels so edgy that I'm constantly trying to take the edge out of it. That's when it's not helpful anymore. My next tip is going to seem really obvious, but I think it's the thing that we struggle with the very most, and that is shop intentionally. Do not buy things impulsively just because it looks good on somebody else. That does not mean that it's going to work for you. I think that it is important to sort of, again, have our 3 words as like, as sort of a filter, you know? We see so much. We see so many cute things on Instagram. We see so many cute things on websites. It's very easy to say like, I see that, I like it, I want it, I'll buy it. It's a little harder to be more discerning, but being discerning is what's going to make your wardrobe feel personal, and it's what's going to make it feel like yours. A few tips for shopping intentionally. Number 1, do not buy anything impulsively, like I said. And the way to combat that is to take a screenshot of that thing and wait at least 24 hours. Unless it's like a very limited drop of something, it's gonna still be there. So like just relax, take 24 hours and then look at it again. Having that separation makes such a big difference. And I know 24 hours is not that long of a time, but it'll really just take out that kind of like impulse and that sort of crazed kind of feeling that sometimes we have when we see something that we really like. Next tip is be discerning and be creative. This is huge. It kind of piggybacks off of what I was saying before. You cannot copy paste your dream wardrobe, okay? Your dream wardrobe is yours. Like I said, it is your sacred space that you are bringing things into intentionally. You cannot take somebody's wardrobe and just like transport it into your wardrobe and have it be perfect. That's not what we want to do. First of all, getting dressed is creative and it's fun and it's a way to express ourselves. So if you're using somebody else's expression and kind of trying to make it your own, that's not really gonna work. Trust me, I've tried, honestly. Like I've tried to maybe be somebody that I'm not, or I've tried to sort of maybe like copy an aesthetic that didn't necessarily resonate with me. And as a result, it didn't feel intuitive because I was always trying to guess, what would this person do? What would that person wear? Who cares? Like I need to ask what I would do and what I would wear. And then it feels so much easier to get dressed because you're not kind of trying to conjure up somebody else's vision. Like your vision is good. That's what personal style is. And that's what good taste is. Good taste is your taste. I always say that it's like, if I told you to write a personal essay about your life and what's important to you and you copied mine, that would make no sense. That's the same thing of getting dressed. If I'm telling you like, you have all the tools in order to express yourself and express who you are and express what's important to you, and you just copy somebody else's. And my last tip is kind of really annoying, but it's buy my book, because my book has all of these tips in it, plus more. It hopefully will help you reframe getting dressed and reframe your wardrobe as something that feels joyful and something that feels fun and something that feels expressive. It's called Wear It Well. It's on my website. You're gonna love it. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you guys are able to curate the wardrobe of your dreams.